Hi, I'm Jacob. I go to Kushner, and this is my second milestone for my robotic arm. So at this point, I completed building the entire arm out of a wooden base and of aluminum bars for the actual arm itself. And the last time I left off, I was just starting to build the prototype out of cardboard. So the way it works is at the bottom I have a 3/4 inch thick 11 by 11 inch piece of wood, and this is designed to be heavy enough and big enough so that even if the arm moves around a really lot, it still won't tip over. And then on top of that, I have underneath, if you can see, a bit of a little turntable. And what the turntable allows it to do is it allows it to effortlessly rotate even though it's very heavy, because the turntable has ball bearings in it which allows it to carry up to 400 pounds. And on top of that, I have another piece of wood with a square hole cut in the middle which has a servo in the inside of it, and that also allows it to be able to be controlled by the Arduino chip. And then on top of that I have two stilts, which the two servos for the bottom joint are resting on top of. And this makes it so even when it rotates, even though because it has square edges, it won't hit the bottom of the base. Then the arm itself, each joint is constructed from 2 aluminum bars, and the bottom joints have 2 7-inch bars, these ones and these ones, and the top ones have 3-inch bars. And the way these work is they have holes cut in them to connect them to servos, and they also have one steel bar connecting them so they stay tight together. Then at the top of this we have the gripper, which is attached to the top joint through zip ties to the bar connecting the two. And then everything is wired up to my Arduino, as you saw before in the previous video, and here it is working. So this is the bottom joint. I need the 2 servos at the bottom because the entire arm is so heavy that one servo could actually not support the entire weight if it is down here. It can hold it up straight if it is in this position, but if it's over here then it would just collapse. Here's the rotation, and the rotation was actually the hardest thing to do. Because I discovered that if I had the servo wheel just a little bit offset, the thing wouldn't actually be able to turn the entire way, so I had to precisely measure, and even after I precisely measured everything and cut new holes, it still won't rotate a full 180 degrees, which is still okay for my purposes. Then another issue that I had was actually powering the thing, and that was because the power supply that I had was 3 amps, 5 volts, but it didn't actually work correctly, so the entire arm would just shake really violently. But then I was able to order a new power supply, and that's what it's being powered off right now through the wall, and that supplies enough power to really power it, so it's working very correctly. But the problem is, in the process of trying to get it powered, I was using a variable power supply, and that actually ended up burning out 2 of my servos, but I hope to get that fixed today, if not the next day. And that's my completed arm.